ahead and get started. So let's start off today in an active place. Let's start off in down dog. And we're going to power through, no pun or maybe pun intended, through this 45 minutes and really kind of try to work up a sweat and build some strength. But I promise at the end, we will have plenty of time for some more yin-like, relaxing, restorative poses. So coming into this down dog, allow your head to relax between your arms. You can give it that good shake, left, right, front, back, side to side. And before you start moving at all, I just want you to feel how the body feels in this shape. So sometimes when I take down dog for the first time in a day, it feels really, honestly, it feels really awkward for me. And then as I kind of get into my practice, it feels less and less awkward. So if you also feel like the first down dog and kind of taking the start of this practice in down dog today doesn't necessarily feel the most comfortable or opening, I invite you to really check in with like what feels off. Do you need to move your hands? Do you need to move your feet? Do you need to bend your knees a little bit, say because your hamstrings are feeling really tight? Do you need to bend your elbows a little bit because your shoulders are feeling tight? So taking a couple more moments in this down dog shape. And as you start to get more acquainted with pigeon, yes, lower back and hip openers, yes, thank you, thank you. As you get more acquainted with your down dog in this moment, start to find your breath. Take your full inhale through your nose. Take your full exhale through your mouth. And just take a few more of those breaths. Big inhale. And if you've had kind of a week already, let that exhale be a stress release. Make it loud, make it proud. One more time, big breath in. Big breath out. And then keep this breath or change to your ujjayi breath, that in through the nose, out through the nose. And I invite you to come into any intention that you want for this 45 minutes. How do you want to feel at the end? Maybe there's one word, maybe there's an image, maybe you want to feel like something in nature. I don't know, just giving you some ideas. And the next time you inhale, start to walk your feet up towards your hands, grabbing opposite elbows for ragdoll, that easy forward fold. So this is a back opener. There's not a lot of effort that's happening here. So if you're muscling into anything, let go. Sway yourself out, bounce yourself around. Let your head and arms really hang. Kind of like how low can you go? On the next inhale, now we add a little vigor. Hands on the shins, half lift, belly to spine, keep the length in the back. Exhale, fold forward. Your knees could be bent or straight. One more time, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Early chair pose. Sit low in the hips. Tip the middle fingers to the ground and just pause here. Can you push your weight back a little more in your heels? Almost like you're going to lift your toes, and you can even lift your toes off the ground. And then we'll come into that traditional chair, belly off of the thighs, arms extended by the ears, palms turning in, shoulders wrapping out and down. On the next inhale, mountain pose. Keep the arms up, push through the feet. Lift the heels, find a sense of balance, drive through the balls of the feet, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, chair pose, sit back into that low place. Two more times, inhale, mountain with the heel raise. Exhale, chair, sinking down, sinking back. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back bend, bend the elbows wide, lift the heart, push the hips forward. Exhale, fold over the legs. Going into a lunge variation of vinyasa, inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the left leg back. Runner's lunge. Let's keep the left knee off the mat. Let's keep the left heel off the mat. And we'll do our kind of tried and true shifts forward and back. And you all know the deal. You make this as big as you need it to be. It might be a deeper hamstring stretch for the right leg. You could keep it small and make it more about the hips or the shoulders. You have one more round of breath here. And then we'll come into low lunge. Drop your back knee, but keep your toes tucked. Reach your chest and arms up. Easy twist here, right arm back, left arm forward. Keep your left hand, though, off the ground. Take a breath in, breath out. Tip the right hand back to touch the left hamstrings, calves, ankle, whatever you can reach. And now our traditional easy twist, left hand to the mat, left heel comes back off of the mat, right hand up, take a breath in. Start to take more weight out of the left hand. We're squeezing those inner thighs, we're zipping the belly to the spine. Archer's lunge, that lunge with a T shape in the arm, take one more breath. Windmill the hands down, step the right foot back, your flow, your way. And since you all have a strong practice, at least you know how you need to take your flow. I invite you to take your vinyasa however you want to this afternoon. Zip those legs together. Lift the heels high, look between the hands, bend the knees. We're going to take some pushes with the thighs. So I really want you to feel your shoulders and your quads. We're going to push forward into plank and then bend the knees, push back into that bent knee down dog. A couple more times, forward and back. You're really pushing through the legs and pushing down through the hands. One more time. And then from here, step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time, bend the knees a lot. Interlace the fingers behind the head, flip the elbows to the cheekbones, and as slow as you can, roll yourself up. Different start than last time. When you get all the way to stand, elbows go wide, hips push forward, chest lift. Exhale, chair pose with airplane arms. So swim the arms back. Roll the palms until they face the floor. Reach through the middle fingers. Turn your triceps on, even though we don't have any weight. And then standing back bend the elbows, lift the heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Chair, airplane arms. Exhale, standing back bend. Cactus the arms. Last time, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Plant the palms, step the right leg back, runner's lunge. Again, that shifting of the weight. Making this the biggest you need it to be, the smallest you need it to be. You have 2 more rounds. And then we'll drop the back knee, but keep the toes tucked, lifting your body up. Anjaneyasana to start, and then we twist to the left. Right arm is forward, left arm is back. We're finding that opening of the ribs to the left and then tip back. And wherever your left hand lands on your right leg, it's all good. Take 1 more breath here. And then actual easy twist, right hand down, right knee up, left arm up. Think about the thighs pulling towards each other. Even though one is at the front of the mat, one is at the back, they both pull into center so that you feel steady to lift into this balance and this twist. Take a breath in. Breath out, windmill the hands down, step to plank, go through your flow. Nice and solid flow with nice and steady breath. This time we're going to widen the feet. So we have that request for hip openers, and we will get to pigeon. We're doing a little bit of mobility with our hip opening. Turn your toes out slightly, heels in. So it's like this really weird turned out down dog, admittedly. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Now your knees are going out to the side. We're not going to do the push we did. We're going to play around with some kick. So think about kicking your heels to the outside of your butt, pushing down into your hands, and when you're ready, tipping your weight forward, coming up and down. And if you're not feeling that, just stay in that deep squat of down dog. If you're hopping, take 1 more. And then everybody meet me at the back of the mat, Malasana squat. And remember Malasana, we have the toes out, heels in, just like we did in that version of down dog. Elbows are to the inner knees, thumbs are to the chest. Feeling those hips really rotating open. Feeling the weight, though, of the sits bones dropping down and the crown of the head lifting up. Take a breath in. We're going to work the legs, breath out. Next, inhale, come halfway up, whatever kind of you can imagine halfway is. And then exhale, sit all the way down. 2 more times. If you need to, widen your feet a little more. You want your heels to stay on the ground for all of this. Next time, come all the way up. Lift the chest, take a little back bend, and then heel toe the legs all the way together. Chair pose, hands to heart center. Keeping the hands in prayer, put the weight in the left foot, lift the right leg, one-legged mountain. Open the right knee to the right, Stack the right foot over the left thigh, figure 4. Kind of an early balance here, but I know we all can do it. Keep the hands in prayer. Keep reaching the chest out and forward, like you're trying to go past your right shin. Take one more breath. One-legged mountain, lift the right knee up, lift the arms up. That same twist we've been doing towards the right leg, left arm forward, right arm back. From here, bring the right hand to the low back. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Use that to twist a little bit deeper. And then exhale, come back to center. Straighten your right leg, step forward, high lunge. Lower your back knee, keep the toes tucked, right arm back, left arm forward. Tipping it back like we did before. This time we'll keep the tip back and push up into that high lunge in the legs. Take one more breath and then square yourself off, crescent lunge. From here, head forward, arms back, finding that airplane shape in the arms again. Palms face the floor. You can stay here for the next 2 breaths or slide it on forward for your warrior 3. Square hips wherever you are. Strong belly wherever you are. We'll all meet back, crescent lunge. Open out, goddess squat, both toes out, both heels in, hands to prayer. Sink into it, find your little shift side to side. We'll go into a deeper hip opening here, that is Skandasana. So sink the hips low, take the weight towards the back leg, straighten your front leg. Remember, this is that turned outside lunge. Your hips could be higher than mine, and that's fine. Your back heel might be off the ground, that's also fine. What stays the same, straight leg, knee, and toes face up. From here, either use your hands or try just your legs. Crawl yourself to the front of the mat, take the same shape with the other leg. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in. Rotate to the front of the mat. Frame the front foot with both hands. Push down into the hands, round the back up, lift the right knee, and just stay 3 breaths in this 3-legged plank. How high can you lift your knee towards your body? How high can you lift your right foot towards your body? One more breath. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Go through your flow. Again, nice and steady flow. Not rushing yourself to get to that down dog. We'll go ahead and walk the hands back to the feet, skipping the Malasana. Zip the legs together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chair pose, legs together, hands together. Weight in the right foot, lift the left leg, 1-legged mountain. Take the left leg out to the left, stack left foot over right thigh, hands to prayer, fold forward. Taking it slow. Again, this is our half pigeon in a balanced form. So sometimes we can get kind of off focus that the left hip, in this case, is stretching. Find the stretch there even as you build up strength in your standing right leg. We turn to 1-legged mountain. Left arm back, right arm forward, find your twist. Left hand to the low back, right hand to the outer left thigh. Use that to twist a little bit deeper. And then exhale, come to center. Straighten your left leg forward, step into crescent lunge. Drop your right knee, find that same twist towards the front leg. Tip your body weight back. Keep the upper body the same, press the back knee up, crescent lunge with that twist. Square yourself off. Left side, arms will be a little different. Keep your arms by your ears. Keep your head between your arms and just tip your torso at an angle forward. Staying in your power lunge for 2 breaths or shifting forward to warrior 3. And either way, I challenge you to keep your arms by your ears. Fully in, fully out with the breath. Return to crescent lunge. Open out to goddess squat. Once again, we'll just play with a little sway in the hips. Maybe you start to bounce a little bit. If you need a shoulder stretch, you can take it there as well. One more breath. And then again, Skandasana, same stretch as before. We go to the back of the mat. Right leg bent, left leg straight. And then take yourself to the front of the mat. Left leg bent, right leg straight. Turn to face your left leg, squaring off. Ground through the hands. Lift the left knee towards the body. Lift the left foot towards the body. Find your strength. Next, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, down dog, go through your flow. All right, before we go to the next round of flow and more standing poses, come back to your down dog, just the way we started. I want you to check in again, how does this feel in the body? And it could be in relation to the first time you were here about 15 minutes ago. It could be just in isolation. How does it feel right now? Where do I feel open? Where do I maybe feel a little tight still? Take one more breath. And then dropping the knees to the mat, coming into tabletop. And we'll do a little bit of stability work here. Tucking the toes, hover the knees an inch to 2 inches off the mat. Keep your back really long. On an inhale, shift your body weight forward. And on an exhale, shift your body weight back. So really small, that sawing action that we do sometimes in plank. Inhale forward, exhale back. One more time, inhale forward, exhale back. Come to stack, shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Stretch the right foot back on the mat. Feel what it feels like to have these 4 anchors of support. If you want to add more, lift your right foot off the ground to hip height, but try not to lift your knee. Take a breath in, and then breath out. Everybody come back to all fours. Same thing with the left leg, slide it back, it's on the mat. This feels like enough, you stay. If it doesn't, you lift the left leg just to the height of the hip. Take a breath in. Everybody come back to all fours. Short version of down dog, lift the knees and hips. You may be able to drop the heels. Take a breath in. Breath out, walk yourself forward into plank. Stacking the shoulders again over the elbows and the wrists. Same thing as all fours. Find that saw, forward and back. Your hips and shoulders stay level and in that one line with each other. Take one more round here. And then come back to the stacking. This time we're gonna amp it up a little bit. Right foot lifts off the mat. Again, no higher than the hip. Either stay here or come to the left fingertips. Either stay there or lift the left arm forward. Take a breath in. Breath out, left hand down, right leg up. Three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, down dog. Roll forward into plank. Left leg lifted off the mat just to the height of the hip. If that's enough, you stay. If you want more, come to right fingertips. If that's enough, stay. If not, come to right hand reaching forward. Take a breath in. Right hand down, left leg lifts, three-legged. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. And then you decide, either you take a vinyasa or you hang out in down dog or child's pose, or you use this moment to grab some water, which is what I'm going to do. And if you took a flow and you come to down dog and you're looking for more, you can always drop the elbows for dolphin. We have 2 more breaths before we sync up together for our next flow. So if you need to take a break, give yourself that moment to really drop in. It's like that mini shavasana between standing poses. All right, yogis, let's come back to down dog. This time we'll come from the back of the mat to the front of the mat. Zip the legs all the way together, lift the heels, bend the knees, look between the thumbs. Either think about using your hands and thighs to hop forward or to step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we're going to come into a bit of a deeper forward fold. So heel toe your feet to meet either almost to the edges of the mat or all the way to the edge. Keep your toes pointed forward. So think opposite of Malasana, feet are parallel. Bend the knees a lot. Take your first 2 fingers, put them between your big toes and your second toe. Find that kind of really deep grip and then drop your head. So now you know all the complicated stuff. All you want to do is bend the elbows out to the sides. Before we do any straightening of the legs, I want you to feel your biceps turn on, your shoulders turn on. Then start to lift the hips. You may come to almost straight legs or completely straight legs. It doesn't matter. I just want you to feel that sense of lengthening and lifting the back of the legs while using the strength in the upper body. 2 more breaths. Gently let go of that grip. Heel to the legs, more under the hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Long back, long arms, reach it up. Hands come to heart center. Little bit of a side bend. We're going to just drop the right hand down the thigh. Left hand can just rest on the heart, reaching the right ear towards the right shoulder. So just a different variation of standing half moon. Take a breath in. And then breath out, come to center, switch sides. Left hand slides down, right hand to the heart. Stretching both sides of the body. Exhale, come to center. Inhale, chair pose like we did before. Sit so low that your fingertips tap the floor and then create some space. From here, arms back. Weight in the right foot lifts the left foot. Slowly push the left leg back to warrior 3. Maybe you straighten the right leg, but you don't have to. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands down, leg up, standing split. Shake the head, yes and no. And then our ever favorite Shiva squat. Then the left knee behind the right leg, knee, calf, ankle. Inhale, standing split. One more time, exhale, Shiva squat. Stay here, hands to prayer. Can you keep rooted in your right foot as you slowly lift your left knee to chest, to chest, to chest. Open the left knee out, big step back, warrior 2. Sinking into the right thigh. Inhale, flip the right palm up, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. One more time between the two. Inhale, reverse. Remember, legs are rooted. Exhale, side angle. We'll stay and burn out the waist a little bit. Left arm is over the ear. Let's take the right arm under the right ear like we're holding a big ball. Notice if your chest has shifted to face the floor. Keep your chest and belly button facing the long side of the mat. Take a breath in. Breath out, lift your body up. We'll take that goddess squat again with arms up, heels in, toes out. Shift your body weight side to side. Sink even lower on the next inhale, both heels come up. On the next exhale, hands come to prayer. Stay for a breath in. Breath out, lower your heels. Star pose, straight arms, straight legs. Windmill your hands to the front foot. Lift your back heel, easy twist. We did it earlier, right arm up. Start to walk the right foot to the edge of the mat. Spin to the pinky side of the left foot and find any version of side plank you want. And because this is a yoga class, you can always add that flare with the top leg. You could take it even into a back bend by bringing the right foot behind the left leg. Wherever you are, one more breath. And then find your plank, go through your flow. We'll once again come to the top of the mat. When you're ready, lift your heels, bend your knees, step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, reach all the way up. Once again, hands and legs together, chair pose. Weight in the left foot, lift the right foot, push it back, warrior 3. Slow and steady, find your breath. Standing splits, hands catch you, right leg lifts. Make sure the head is heavy. You're not craning your neck to look where there's really nothing to see. And whatever you need to see, your right leg, you can see it if you look under your body. Exhale, Shiva squat, right leg behind left. Inhale, standing splits, spread the legs wide. One more time, exhale. Inhale. And we'll come back to that Shiva. Left foot grounded, hands to prayer. Again, push into your left foot, lift your right leg. Let yourself wobble, let yourself find the strength. Open the right knee to the right, big step back, big warrior 2. Feet are perpendicular to each other, back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward, finding that breath. One more round, inhale. Exhale. Right arm stays over the right ear, left arm comes under the left ear. Holding that imaginary object, keep it strong, lift your waist up. Find your goddess squat, heels in, toes out. Keep the arms up. This time, lift the heels and press up to star pose. We're on the balls of the feet. Take a breath in. Breath out, hands to prayer, drop the heels, bend the knees. Windmill the hands to frame the left foot, lift the right heel. Easy twist, left arm up, opening into, again, any version of side plank, and it doesn't have to be the same that you did on the other side. Take a breath in. Breath out, find your plank, go through your flow. Once again, we'll meet in that down dog. Once again, notice any subtle changes to how this feels. And sometimes it can be quite amazing how coming back to the same shape over and over again, you do notice the difference over time and how it feels in your body. We'll widen those feet to the edges of the mat. Like we did before, just different movement. We're going to walk the hands about halfway to the feet, almost a half lift, but not quite. Left hand will come to the center of the mat. Right arm will reach up, keeping the hips as square as possible. So think about driving the outside of the left heel down to pull the hip back. And then swim the right arm underneath the left armpit for a twist. Take a breath in, breath out. From here, crawl your left hand in closer. I'm coming to my left fingertips. Bend the knees like you're coming into a squat, and we still have this twist, but we're not so into the forward fold. From here, left hand comes off of the mat towards the ceiling. Left hand comes behind the back. We're in a very odd version, admittedly, of half chair with a twist. Take one more breath. And then exhale, just come into an easy forward fold. Move it around, shake it out, bounce it, whatever you need. It doesn't need to be precise. And now we'll come into a little more of that precision. Feet are flat, hands are flat-ish. We'll bring that right hand down now as the anchor, left arm up. This time, I want you to counter any twisting that might be happening in the right hip by grounding through the pinky side of the foot. And really think about however deep this twist is, it's just about the ribs, not about the hips. Then we slide the left arm under the right armpit. We grab the outside of the right leg and we kind of pull our head under that armpit. From here, coming into that funky half chair, start to bend the knees, start to bring the right hand back more onto the fingertips. You're coming out of the armpit, right arm lifts to the ceiling, back, and stay and breathe. Exhale again, unwind, easy forward fold, shake it out, move it on around. And we'll return to that Malasana squat one more time, toes out, heels in. Remember to widen the feet as much as you need so you have flat feet. Elbows to the knees, thumbs to the sternum, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Maybe you're doing some micro shifts of your body weight. And this time we'll take it a little easier. Instead of coming halfway up and all the way down, we'll be paralleling the feet into forward fold and then returning into the squat. On an inhale, hands down, turn your toes forward, lift your hips. On an exhale, slide your heels in, drop your hips down, lift your head and arms. Two more times, inhale, forward fold. Exhale, Malasana squat. Last time, inhale. Exhale. From here, we'll press all the way up. Modified star, hips forward, chest lifts, and we'll come into mountain pose at the back of the mat. Tilt the feet under you, reach the arms up. Just take a moment to stand tall. There's no turn out, there's no twist. It's really kind of simple, this shape. Take a breath in. Breath out, hands to prayer, sit back into chair. Weight in the left foot, lift the right leg. Pushing up, just go ahead and keep the hands in prayer. Open the right knee out. If you need to use your hand to bring your foot into tree pose, go for it. I always do, personally. Remember, the right foot is either above the knee or below it, not on it.
Left leg is on the ground, right leg is off the ground. You probably have already held this for like a minute in the time that we left each other and found each other. So if you haven't yet kicked back, you have your thighs together, you have your chest square, you're starting to kick back if you haven't already, and you're reaching that left arm out and down. And staying here for a couple more breaths. Yay, thank you all again. Sorry. You're staying in this dancer's pose for a couple more breaths. And then again, you're coming out, folding forward, letting it go. Inhale, half lift. Plant your palms, go through your flow. And I didn't forget, Diane had that lovely request that made a lot of sense for half pigeon. So now we're here. Before we get into it though, I really want you to take one last assessment. How does this down dog feel? Hopefully you feel a lot more open in the back of your body. Maybe you feel stronger in your legs, your core, and your arms. You feel like you could stay here for another 5 minutes. We're not going to, don't worry. And breathe. On the next inhale, right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. If you have flip dog, go for it. If you're not quite sure, try spinning your left heel to the left, lifting your right arm slowly and dropping your right foot back. We'll all come back to three-legged dog. And then coming into half pigeon. We're going to do a couple of strengthening half pigeon movements before we fold. So just as a disclaimer. Back leg is straight, back knee faces the ground. I like to tuck my toes because of a knee injury, but traditional is untucked toes. Right knee is outside of the hip. At that angle, right foot is flexed, strong. The right shin does not have to be parallel to the mat. Bring your fingertips to the ground, push into your fingertips, lift your hips up an inch, and then take your hips down an inch. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your hips up an inch. Exhale, take your hips down an inch. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Now, coming into sleeping pigeon. Folding forward, you have 6 really slow breaths. Settling into that half pigeon shape. And remembering that if half pigeon doesn't work for your body, you're in a figure 4 instead on your spine. And it's these restorative shapes at the end of class that can really help us to unwind and let go. And whether that's of stress from the work week, or maybe for me, stress from technology, or any physical stress that your body has felt under, allowing yourself to use these shapes to rejuvenate a bit. All right, yogis, start to bring yourself up. If you happen to be in figure 4, now's the time to meet on your butt. We'll all come into that Baddha Konasana shape. Feet together, knees wide. Grabbing the ankles, the outsides of the feet, or even the toes. Inhale to sit tall. Think about core to spine, spine long, hips rooted. Keep that and just fold it forward. Diving your head out past your feet. Pulling your shoulders down your back. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Lift yourself up. Extend your legs forward. We're going to try reverse plank today. If you need to bend your knees, go for it. Hands come under the shoulders, fingers facing your feet. Pushing down into your hands, lifting your hips. Thinking about bringing your feet towards the mat. Using your arms and your legs. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, lower your hips. Cross your shins. You decide if you want the vinyasa or not. If you do, going through it the pace that you need to. And then we've all got that left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. Again, if you've never flipped the dog before, you can experiment if you feel safe in your house. Sliding your right heel to the right, tapping your left foot, and you can even use a wall, or tapping it to the ground as you lift your left arm. It becomes this kind of rotational back bend We'll all meet in three-legged dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, sliding through for that half pigeon. Remember, we're going to move the body up and down. So get yourself set, straight back leg, left knee wider than the hip, left foot flex. Fingertips to the ground. Push down, inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Really small, right? Nothing big. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Crawl yourself into your sleeping pigeon or roll on your back for figure four. Again, you have plenty of time here to just drop in and let go. All right, yogis, start to bring yourself up. Once again, we'll meet in that Baddha Konasana. This time, though, we're taking it as a more yin version, which I do quite often, so it shouldn't be that new. We'll bring the feet away from the hips, creating more of that diamond rather than that kind of butterfly shape. This time, we're tucking the chin, and we're going to try to round the body into the space we've created. So you can just kind of let your arms hang, drop your head. Sometimes I feel there's a lot of pressure in the back of my neck, so you can counter that by just making a stacked fist with each hand and resting your forehead there. See if you can breathe so deeply that you can feel the breath in the back, the low back, the back of the ribs. And slowly start to lift yourself out of it. Extend your legs forward. One more time, reverse plank unless you want to bend the knees for reverse table. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the hips up. Push down into the feet. Open across the collarbone. Exhale, bring your hips down. We'll bend the knees if they aren't already. Scooch towards the top of the mat and then roll yourself all the way down. We'll take just 3 breaths in bridge. If you have upward facing bow, you feel good about it, you can take that instead. Plant the feet, the arms, the hands. Inhale, lift the hips up. Creating more length between the knees and the hips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last breath. Exhale, slowly lower your hips down. And either come knees into the chest, wind removing pose, or knees outside of the hips for happy baby. And allow yourself to just rock and roll on your back. Open the arms eventually to a T. Shift the hips a little bit to the left so there's space for the knees on the right. If it feels okay, turn to look to the left hand. Take a breath in. Breath out, come onto your back. Same thing other way. Hips right, knees left, maybe look right. Take a breath in. Breath out, come onto your back. If there are any other poses you need, go for it. Otherwise, extend the arms and the legs. Let the body relax. You've made it to Shavasana. And I'll bring you out momentarily, but really letting yourself completely go. You don't need to observe anything, you just get to be here for a moment. slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then let that movement travel through the body however you want. Wrists, elbows, knees, ankles, hips. Eventually coming into a fetal position briefly. Coming back to that intention. And if it was an answer to the question, how do you want to feel at the end of this practice? Just check back in with what that was and how it's resonating with the way that you actually feel right now. And when you're ready to bring yourself all the way into a comfortable seat, as always, you can sit however you want to. Hands can rest on the legs or in prayer, and we will finish this practice with one round of breath together. Tipping your chin slightly towards your chest in respect to yourself and the other folks who practice with you. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, big exhale. The latent teacher in me sees and honors the latent teacher in all of you.